So we are missing Anna today. She is off, but she left us with a great agenda. So even for a small group, hopefully we'll make her proud.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm wondering if because they had the meeting on Mondays, they're starting to shift.
Yes.
I was wondering.
And I have her notes from Monday as well. So it was, there were 10 people on that call, but we're still missing a good bunch of our consistent group today. So that means there's stuff we're supposed to be getting done in our small team. And let's go ahead, even though it's just 4 of us, let's still do our introductions. Anna, and then I'll do a recap from the previous Monday's meeting. But Anna had today for us to all share, if you see the agenda, one thing that you do to prevent burnout. And then how can we support others around us with their self-care needs? So who wants to go first? Introduce yourself, even though it's a small group, and then say, what do you do for your own self-care? Katie, you raising your hand?
Yes. Okay, so my name is Katie, Katie Pippin, and to prevent burnout, I talk. I go around the office and I talk about my life, and I listen to my other friends' lives, and I do arts and crafts, and honestly, I go outside and work outside. I dig holes and have bonfires and lay out by the pool on the Bahama bed and stuff. I don't think I'll ever burn out. I'm good.
That's great. That means you have your plan is working. So good job. So CJ and Annie, we see you joined us. We just started. And the question today, when you introduce yourself, is what do each of you do to prevent burnout? And then also, how can we support others with their own self-care? So Katie just went and she bravely said she doesn't think she will ever burn out because and then she listed the things that she does. So she gets an A+ for actually taking action and preventing burnout. So good job, Katie.
All right. Okay. Well, you can hear us, right? Well, okay. All right. My name is CJ Wingate. I'm over here with Champions for Children, the resource office. And this is my compadre, my cohort, anyway, as you see, I'm blonde again, so don't tell anybody, okay? Hope nobody notices. But anyway, burnout, man, closed the door of my car this morning and started playing You Can Only Imagine. And that put me good songs about the hereafter will put me in a good mood and get me out of my burnout stage. That's what helps me. Annie?
Okay, I'm Annie Vincent. I work with CJ at the Family Resource Center. I'm her right and left hand sometimes. But what I do when I get burnt out, I go sit out on my patio and just sit and think and talk to God and meditate. That's what I do when I get burnt out.
All righty. Next.
Victor, will you go for us?
I will. Trying to be a gentleman, let all the ladies go first. So for self-care, I would say I definitely exercise. I enjoy exercising a lot. Also, I coach soccer. I coach kids at the Walker Memorial Academy. There's a soccer team there, and I also coach at a soccer school. So that's kind of my, and I'm a, I guess what you call pescatarian. So I don't eat meat. So I try to take care of myself that way in terms of eating well. For burnout, I enjoy hiking very much. I love camping, basically anything in the woods. I like bushcrafting and hiking outdoors. Cooking, I enjoy cooking. So I always look up new recipes and things like that to make something new, and that keeps me fresh. Is just at least every weekend I try to make something new. And I cook with my kids too, so I enjoy that as well. Music, and basically just getting lost in adventure. That prevents me from burning out until Monday morning.
Okay, I guess I'll go. My name is Tiffany Rogers. This is my first meeting with the Hope for Highlands. I'm a coordinated intake and referral specialist for the Healthy Start Coalition. So I'm kind of representing them and our whole group. I do a lot within the community, within a local moms group that I'm in. And I'm always looking for someone to help or pass on information to. With a newborn, well, a 5-month-old, I've been pretty burned out lately because he had a lot of colic and digestive issues and stuff. But I try to get outdoors. I'm definitely an outdoorsy person. I like to explore. I say that I'm a mermaid because if I don't get in the water like once a month, then I'm just in a bad mood and I'm definitely burnt out and tired. Much like Victor, I like to cook, and I do it with my 3-year-old, and I'm always trying new recipes. And like Katie, we like to be outside in the kiddie pool, riding bikes, definitely fresh air. And for those that are like immediate, well, I guess everyone that I come in contact with, I really try to encourage them to get outdoors, to experience new things, new places. I've kind of like started this little mini mom travel blog thingy that I do on Facebook, where I go places and then I do like a picture, I don't know if the word's editorial or whatever, but I take a bunch of pictures and then I explain the places that I visit, like step by step, so that other moms can be like, well, that's not too intimidating. That's not too scary. It's cheap. Let me get out. And so I really have been enjoying doing that. And so, like I said, I just try to encourage people, get the kids out of the house, break up your routine, your monotony, do something new and get in the water.
That's great, Tiffany. And thank you for joining us. I know you know Katie well, but we're glad just to have new faces. So this is, as we said at the very beginning, this is a very small group. Today, we're missing quite a few, including our fearless leader, Anna. But thank you for joining us. We hope you'll stick with us. And as we go through today, you'll even learn a little bit more about what we are gathering together to really work on for the community. So we're glad to have you. Thank you. Sally, you're up.
Great.
Did you say Sally? Oh, yes, I love my turn. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I was a couple minutes late, but as I understand in introductions, we're talking about what we like to do for self-care.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I like to work outside in the garden. Well, I don't really like to so much, but I do. I just don't have that much time to do it. But what I enjoy my dogs. So walking with them, and definitely like the outdoors. And, sometimes just laying in bed and watching a movie, or, just relaxing watching a movie. Things that I don't get to do that often, but often enough. I mean, the dogs are daily self-care, and, maybe once a week on a movie or something.
That sounds great. Thank you. I think some of the things we're seeing or hearing that we all shared is whether it's activities or people or pets, making sure we're taking time to do things with people that we enjoy or the activities that we enjoy. And I think Sally and Katie, you both sound like you're doing very well. I know Tiffany mentioned she's coming out of a challenging parenting season. And so just being aware of our own needs to take care of ourselves. One of mine that I've been working on lately is finding things to do that I enjoy, but that make me slow down. So I am also a water baby to a core with Tiffany. So I like how you called yourself a mermaid. I'll join you in that. And definitely need my beach time and water time, but finding things that actually make me slow down. So whether it's sitting and just enjoying or walking on the beach, or I am trying to practice the Sabbath weekly. And I failed this last week because I did a bunch of chores, but trying to just slow down one day a week and actually pause and just enjoy the day, not do work, but also not do housework or chores. So the Sabbath and practicing one day of actually resting and just enjoying and playing is one of the newer things that I've been working on. And it's neat to see as we do it for ourselves, we share with other people. And because they'll ask, oh, what do you do? Or how are you so calm when you're so busy? But the quote that Anna has on our agenda today is by Jack Cornfield, and it's perfect because it says, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. And I think that goes to if our compassion, if our self-care, if our self-awareness does not include ourselves, we are not truly and fully going to be able to provide that or demonstrate that for people around us. So that was a great quote that Anna had ready for us today. So like I mentioned, we do have a small group, but sometimes we can be equally or even more so productive with small teams. So I have the minutes and these were emailed out. Anna emailed them to us as well. But just for Tiffany, and actually I wasn't present at the most recent Monday meeting either. So to give just a quick summary of what they discussed, and it was neat because she had more school district representation, which is one of the reasons we have that Monday afternoon option, is for those who are not able with their jobs or their other required duties to join us at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday. We want that Monday afternoon opportunity. So if you're ever sharing about Hope for Highlands with others and they can't attend and join us on Wednesdays, make sure you share with them the Monday afternoon meeting opportunity as well. But we had Peace River Center, DCF was represented, obviously a lot of our foundation team, but it was neat to see some of those school board members join us because they were one of those key groups we were trying to get involved on the Monday afternoons. So meetings are recorded. So if you want to jump on and see specifically all the details they talked about that, Anna does save those on our YouTube channel. She wanted to give a specific shout out to our 60 and up group because they have completed, edited, and turned in their piece for our booklet. And so we just want to brag on them because they went ahead and already have their piece done. So we'll talk about the rest of us later in this meeting, but we want to give a shout out to that older adult group of 60 and over for what they're doing for our book. And then Anna did go ahead and make the Facebook group live. So if you have not already gone on Facebook, whether you have your own personal Facebook or your professional one, excuse me, go on Facebook. It's Hope for Highlands. There are a couple with that title, but you'll see the logo pop right up for our Hope for Highlands Facebook page. So make sure you do that and share that with others as well, because that'll just be another easy way to share information and get people a better understanding, a quick grasp of what we do. One of the biggest things I want to encourage our group, and we can share with others as well, is Anna is still only received 12 organizations homework assignment, which was that summary of our organization and a quote from us. So I don't have it in front of me, so I don't know. I'll call Victor and Sally if you have sent yours yet or not. But I do, if you have not, maybe when we finish this meeting today, you can hop online and email that to Anna, because we do have over 30 agencies represented. And so she has not even half of those descriptions. And I love what she's doing because that's going to be that summary in our book of all of the agencies that are involved. So that's your opportunity to describe what each of our agencies does, put in our own personal quote specifically about our hope and vision for Highlands County becoming more trauma informed. And that description will be there for all of our organizations. So I don't know, we'll have to tease Anna. Maybe we can start saying if she doesn't get them, she'll just put the name of the organization and you might not have a description. I don't know, she won't be that mean, but if you have not already submitted yours, and Tiffany, what that is a description of each of our organizations and then a quote about Hope for Highlands. So we can touch base with you and Anna can give a description of that in more detail as well if you'd like. They had open discussion at that last meeting about 2 different groups throughout the community. If you have any interest in joining that have that same focus of becoming more trauma informed, specifically preventing child abuse and neglect. And one is the Child Abuse Prevention and Permanency Tri-County Task Force. And the other one is our local Children's Services Council for Highlands County. So they just brought that up as in those meetings, both groups are looking for more active participation and broader community involvement and attendance. So we can send that out in the follow-up meeting minutes as well if anyone's interested in joining either of those. 2 of the big concerns, again, we had some school board personnel attending this last meeting and sharing just from the teacher and the school social worker side. 2 of the biggest current concerns that they talked about were obviously homelessness, which we know is a big need across the board in our county, as well as just kids not having the support at home. So there are a lot of students are coming to school but not getting their homework done. And it's primarily because they don't have that additional support at home. So those were 2 of the key issues that group just spent some time sharing real concerns and just current big needs of our kids and families in Highlands County. So that's our quick recap, but if you want to hear the whole thing, you can go online and check out the YouTube video. And this meeting is being recorded as well. So Anna will be able to give her feedback for us too. The next piece on the agenda is the website and our Facebook page. So we talked about that as the summary of last meeting, but do make sure you check out our website. And if you see, it's just our initial information. So if you see or know of additional things that we should be including on our Hope for Highlands webpage, which you can go to championforchildren.org and click the link for Hope for Highlands page, please send that email to Anna and myself or just to Anna. And we will get that information on the website. And then the Facebook page, our Hope for Highlands Facebook page, is just a great way to join, keep up with information, and an easy way to share these meeting links. One thing that we started talking about is we had that great Hope for Highlands kickoff event. Was that in 2020? It feels like, I think, yeah, Sally's nodding her head. So we're going on about 1.5 years, and I think we've talked about maybe doing it annually, but at least every other year. And so an initial date of August 31st has been put out there for that event. And so we just wanted to open up and see if anyone has any feedback about the date itself happening at the end of August, as well as whether it's beneficial to have it during the day. Last time it was from 9 a.m. to noon, and we had a really good turnout. So if that time frame works well for everyone, or we have additional input, as well as the location. So we were packed well into the Circle Theater, and so we do have limited space there. So just want to open up the floor if anyone has any input as far as date or venue size or different needs and times, if we just want to have a discussion for this group, just to share your insight into that.
I have a question. What takes place at the event? Is it a community event or just other service providers?
Good question. Thank you. We primarily opened it up to the community, and our first one really was twofold. One, we wanted to connect and serve as a resource. And so we did have a lot of our partner agencies were represented and had tables of their information and the services they provide. And so what served as a great opportunity for us to connect again with partner agencies and make sure we're all aware and up to date on what everyone is providing, but also we had just a small handful of community members come through as well. So it served as both a way to connect with fellow partner agencies, but also be available for those community members walking in to be able to provide resources. And then it was our kickoff, kind of the first initial, let's talk about Hope for Highlands. What is Hope for Highlands? What is our hope for Highlands County to become trauma informed? And so that first event served as both of those, kind of as a resource fair almost, and a kickoff event. So open to discussions, but I would think we definitely need all of our partner agencies to be present and have tables set up as well. But how can we better promote that throughout the community so that our general public are coming in and joining us as well?
Carissa, I was mistaken. That event was in 2021. Did you say that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was August 2021.
Thank you for looking that up, Sally. So we're at, like, we will be a year, so time flies.
If we're looking to get more community members in to become aware of the resources, 9 to noon may not be an ideal time because most parents are working or, so that's just something to consider.
That's true. So are there thoughts about how we can best accommodate our working families, our working community members with our agencies who are working? And so, I mean, do we have ideas or insight in how we can overlap some of that, be available to community members when it's not work hours, but also not put additional strain and stress on our partner agencies who typically will probably work 9 to 5?
Do we have someone within our group umbrella that might be able to do a short video on each of the tables and the resources, and then maybe we can present that online, through social media, because a lot of our parents and community members are active on social media? That might be an idea, just a quick 2-minute thing from each table with their basic information, maybe a flyer, and then kind of put that out on the YouTube channel or on the website.
That's a good idea. We can I know we had some recording. I don't know if anything really came of it last year. I can follow up and see, because I know we did have one of our partners doing some videography, but we can definitely work on something that would be a short follow-up video, and we can have links. And that is a great way to also post those on the Hope for Highlands Facebook page and have people connect that way as well. Thank you. Any other insight as far as date, time, space needed, brilliant setup ideas?
When are they planning on, when is the plan to launch the next event? Is there any thoughts on that yet or no?
The initial date that we have is August 31st.
August 31st.
And I believe, Sally, do you still have it pulled up? Was it in August? I think that's when we had the last one. I know we picked that time frame because it allows our school personnel to at least have eased into the new year. People are back from their summer vacations, but it is still relatively close to the start of a new school year.
Okay. And it's going to be indoors?
I believe we would want to keep it indoors. That worked out very well last time, and we didn't have to worry about the weather. It keeps papers from flying around. Rain doesn't matter.
Indoors, okay. Well, I definitely think that you can promote it very well through social media, and you can promote it through the website, and you can promote it through our own agencies. So we have a big following of people to show up. If maybe from a sort of piggybacking on what Tiffany said, putting together a video, I think that's a great idea. You could almost put together her idea was doing the tables and that kind of situation for after the fact for the parents, but maybe before actually having the event, setting up a video with all of the, or as many of the corresponding agencies that are involved in Hope for Highlands, with you know, something organized, a nice clip of what I work with the CAC, so I'll just use that as the example. What we do here at Children's Advocacy Center, and then Champion for Children, and you know, healthy families, and on and on and on, you know, and just sort of give a picture of the Highlands County initiative of agencies that are involved in Hope for Highlands, so people have a better idea than just you know, sort of a vague concept of something that's starting out, but now they see there's people that are involved, and then that sort of will promote the August 31st date, so people get motivated to go and to see what's this big event about, with all these agencies that are going to be talking about you know, trauma in our community, and how we can help combat the situation and make people more aware and more educated on the topic.
That sounds like a great idea. That actually helps promote the event itself, but also the, like you said, the concept. So if someone might hear, you know, helping become a trauma-informed community, and right off the bat, they might say, oh, wait, I don't know anything about that, or that sounds intimidating. But having video clips and summaries promoting each different agency can almost help provide that initial promotion of what to even expect, what other organizations will be there, what other resources will be available through that. So
right, and so and we have such the avenues to promote that now, just through social media, YouTube. You know, we have the YouTube. If there's a YouTube channel, you could promote it that way, and then just through the old-fashioned way, just for the families that are coming into the centers.
yes.
In our agencies, it's easy for us to promote that and just give that and put something in a packet for them and have that, take that home, and little by little that also starts spreading with just the community itself speaking about it.
Yes. Great. Any other insight? And hi Tina, we see that Tina Harmon joined us from CARD. Glad you're with us.
I did, and it seems I might be misunderstanding the start time for the meeting.
This meeting starts at 11.
So the document I have says 11:30.
Oh, okay.
Hope for Highlands Task Force 2022 meeting schedule.
Okay. I'll triple check with Anna, make sure we get that out right. I do know our Monday afternoon meetings start at 3:30, so it is just always triple check, but yes, I'm glad you still joined us. Thank you.
I apologize. I really thought I was on time.
Yeah, you're good. Glad you're here. You're probably not the only one.
Hey, Carissa, you know, this year we had the county fair, and I feel like it was a little bit of a missed opportunity for Hope for Highlands, as I was sitting in the booth with community programs. And I thought, darn it, I wish I had some flyers. And I know this is a little off the subject because you're talking about the August event, but maybe next year, county fair, we could have a presence. And in that same, in planning for the August event, well, it will be a separate event. I was wondering if there's sometimes, you know, there are annual events that happen in Sebring or Lake Placid, in Avon Park. And I wondered if we could, you know, consider joining up, having a presence, having a table, handing out flyers, just getting the word out. But again, I'm a little bit off the subject, forgive me.
No, it all ties in. So that's a great idea. I think we did the checking my internet. We do have, whether it was Hope for Highlands or just our foundation team, and I'm sure many of yours as well, it is all the different events we have going on and different avenues we can reach families. And it always comes down to, do we have enough staff and not burn out our staff of attending those events? But we do have an initial Hope for Highlands flyer. So I did make a note because the fair is a huge one that we have hundreds and I don't know how many families walking through the fair every year. But if you are attending any event, a community event, do reach out and let us know, because we can give you a stack of any of those specific Hope for Highlands flyers, or once we start promoting the August event, we can print out any of those. So when we all, with our different organizations, are at various community events, we're also promoting Hope for Highlands as well. So we can get any of that information to the group members if you have something coming up. I know in April, ELC, Early Learning Coalition, is partnering with us to do a vision screening for our homeschool and virtual school students. And so that's an event I will be at with Early Learning Coalition, and obviously bring our Hope for Highlands information to that. So we can definitely maybe as a team find a way to partner and split the time up for a big event if we want to prioritize something like the fair. But definitely, if you are attending something already for your own organization, let us know and we can get everyone the necessary flyers for those different events, and we can all help spread the word that way too. Because that is, Sally, that's a great way to just be in the community and spread the word to our average community members that might not be walking into all of our organizations. So that's a great opportunity. We just have to figure out how to utilize that, have a presence without wearing out our teams. Any other thoughts about the August event? I know we're a small piece of our larger group today, but does that time frame sound good in general? By your silence, no one's saying no, that's a horrible idea. All right, so I've been taking notes, and I will give this feedback back to Anna, and she'll bring it back to our group as well when we, our larger group, when we meet the next time. So the next piece is to talk about April, which is next month, coming up fast. April is, as I'm sure most are aware, Child Abuse Prevention Month, as well as Autism Awareness Month. And so if you have not yet, for your business, your organization, your neighborhood, your church, whoever you're involved with, encourage them to place an order for their pinwheels, to plant a pinwheel garden. Please help share that on social media as well, so people are ordering their blue pinwheels. And then we will have the light blue pinwheels, as well as a little flyer that will go out just briefly summarizing what the pinwheels mean and what the light blue pinwheel is included for as well. And so we'll be passing those out throughout the community when we all get our pinwheel garden deliveries through Heartland for Children is how we get all of those for Highlands County. We do have a couple flyers we've made, so help just share those. We'll send out an email with those just so you can help forward on social media, print those out, just share them with your families. But the other new piece that we're trying to do, and I believe Polk County, we heard this on the prevention call, and so it's not our idea, but we're taking it as well, is to light up our county blue. So in addition to our blue pinwheels, we're also encouraging organizations, if your business is able to change any exterior lights to blue to raise awareness for child abuse prevention and autism awareness as well. So we're doing the pinwheel gardens, and we're trying to light up Highlands County. I could use help if anyone wants to support and put a bug in people's ears. The town of Lake Placid jumped right in and said, absolutely. So we're going to have some downtown Lake Placid lights turn blue. I have not yet heard back from Avon Park or Sebring. So if you guys have connections there, please help us out, and just they can hear it from multiple agencies. They might jump a little faster and see what they can do to just change some of our downtown lights in Avon Park and Sebring to blue as well. But in any of your organizations or just post that information on Facebook too, to see how much we can get, just that raise that awareness by our pinwheels and our blue lights for our hope that kids in Highlands County can have safe and healthy, happy childhoods. That'd be appreciated. We talked about our homework assignment. I don't know, Tina, you missed the beginning, but if you have not yet sent Anna your description for our guidebook, please go ahead and do that, even maybe at the end of the meeting today. And that will make Anna super happy that at least those of us on this meeting have all done that. And that brief description.
Bye-bye.
All right, good job. Thank you. These are like the top people in this group I see we have on the call today. So thank you. The last thing on here is just updates of our age group work groups. So I know, Tiffany, what we have done is for our guidebook, it will be divided up by age group categories. So we want for instance, I'm with Victor, we have the teenage groups. And if we want our average teenager to be able to open up this guidebook to the teen section and have it be attractive to a teenager, interesting and pertinent information about resources and what we want a teenager to actually pick up and read about how they can be more aware of trauma and also resources for additional support. So we've broken that down from our kids, the babies, the infants, all the different age groups, all the way up through our elderly adults. So if you have a certain age group, if you are not already assigned to one, Tiffany, I don't know if Anna jumped on that yet, but we can, or I know Katie would love your help with hers. Katie will take your help on the kids section.
What group are you in?
I'm in the group with age 6 through 12. And so.
Oh, that's a fun age.
It is a fun age. And right now, when you were saying you have your little blog about your travel blog of things that you're doing, I don't know if that's local or not, but that's actually what I'm trying to do, is come up with activities, resources, sports, or mental health, or hotlines, or anything that a child in that age bracket would be interested in doing. And that's currently what I'm doing, is trying to come up with those resources. It's kind of split between parents and kids, like resources.
Okay.
Because a parent is going to be reading for their 6-year-old.
Right.
So.
Well,
Awesome.
I can definitely
Yay.
go in that group with you, and then I can message you out of the group, out of this meeting, and we can
Yes.
talk more.
Sounds
I appreciate
good.
it. Thank you.
Anyone else? Victor, Sally, Tina, CJ, any other updates, even for this small group, that you want to share on any of our sections for the guidebook?
I don't know what Casey has updated the group on, but we had our last meeting a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it's the last meeting, but the last meeting that we had, and some of it, those that kept attending were assigned certain topics, and I know for myself, I'd sent my piece to Casey to formulate into whatever that, that was for the 20 and 6-year-olds. So, and she said that she was working on that last email I got from her.
Okay, sounds good. I know that's where a lot of groups were standing, kind of emailing back and forth, getting that final information together.
On our group, I went ahead and edited the pieces that I've worked on. I have to actually take a look at it now, but I believe after we had some correspondence back and forth, and in our group of email, we left off that we're going to be editing, and I believe everybody was in process of editing their part. I finished my part off. I think everybody else either finished or is in process of finishing. And I mentioned before, my son is in the National Honors Junior Honor Society, and he has asked permission. They're all teenage kids in that group, and he has asked permission from the teacher that spearheads the National Honor Society, if it would be okay for them to read that once it's finished and edited. So she gave them permission. So we have the green light, and they'll be able to actually read the work we've put together, and just we'll get some feedback from them and just see what they liked and what they didn't like once we actually submit that. But I did want to talk to Anna about it, because I wasn't sure if she wanted to take a look at it and maybe shave it down a little bit, you know, just edit it herself and see where however she has it in her mind, envisions how it's going to look on the guide itself. I kind of think that would be a good idea, just because then that way it's closer to the finished product, and then they can look at it and give us feedback, and then bring something up that we can either add or take away.
Yes, I think that sounds like a great idea. So we are our different groups sending it to Anna for that initial review. And we have some extra help here at our office as well that will help Anna review some of those, make them all concise and matching enough in the information that's being provided at the various levels. And then that would be at least as close, like you're saying, Victor, to the final product is what we want to share with our students. And Victor's being humble because he took the lead on our group. So he got us started, did that initial email shout out, and got us all moving and taking action. And then thank you for coordinating with your son's class, because that having insight directly from our teenagers, and I don't know, it'd be great if we could do this with all of our, at least most of our groups as well, because we want for each of these sections to be very attractive and appealing to each of those age categories, so it's applicable to exactly what they're interested in or how they would best receive the information. So to have our teenagers help review that is an extra bonus. So thank you, Victor. Any other updates or for the group or information about our work groups?
I don't have anything very positive to share about my work group. We haven't gotten together recently or had communication. I was trying to see an email that I had sent to my little work group. I'm the 0 to 2. So pregnant mommies to infants, 2 years of age. And we have all contributed some to a working document. And, but it's by no means, I would say not even halfway complete. I'm not satisfied with it. And I just, well, I need to get with my group, and you know, so, but for Tiffany, who's new to the Hope for Highlands group, you know, our age group 0 to 2, and is in terms of trauma, you know, when pregnant moms are exposed to trauma, you know, the impact on the infant, and then, you know, the hope, what can be done, what mom can do to help herself and the pregnancy or the newborn or the baby in developing. And so it's not just what happens, but the hope is this is what can be done and this is where I can go. So we're working on pulling those resources together. And I know that in my group, there are even more informed and experienced people, and we just have to pull it together. I know everybody's busy and we just got to pull it together.
Well, thank you, Sally, because as we all see, and I know I'm looking at the choir, preaching to the choir right here, because we do have over 30 different group organizations represented, but as we see with everything else, it takes 1 or 2 people to take that lead and get everybody excited about it and follow up. So thank you for being willing to do that and connect back with your group and get them all back excited to get that final product so Anna can review it. All right, anything else you want to share with the group or any other updates? that we want to make sure we have on record so this when it goes out, others can see, or we can email out information as well? Anything else we haven't yet spoken about that we want to make sure we talk about today? I do have, so our next meeting, for those of you who are able to join us on Mondays, the next meeting that we are having is March 23rd, and that is our afternoon meeting at 3:30. And just so you are reminded, there are separate links to the Monday meetings and the Wednesday meetings. So those are two separate Zoom links, but our next meeting will be scheduled is for March 23rd at 3:30 in the afternoon. So that is PM, 3:30 PM on March 23rd. And then Tina, I'll triple check with Anna, but just so you have it on your calendar, our next Wednesday meeting is April 13th, I believe. And it is on the calendar for 11 a.m. So unless we hear differently, plan on us all gathering April 13th at 11 a.m. And that's all I have. So does anyone else have any other items before we all go? Thank you guys for submitting. I know you all were saying, yes, you got your summaries to Anna, so thank you. I know that's a huge encouragement to her. And she is working so hard behind the scenes, gathering information, reminding all of us and keeping us on track. And she has that huge file that she started as information comes in to even begin editing our guidebook. But it is going to be exciting to see that come together. We had Lake Placid High School had a career cafe during their lunch hour yesterday. And even just being down there and envisioning what it's going to be like to have a guidebook to pass out and be able to give this hand to our teenagers at a lot of our local schools is just exciting. So, and that's just our one age group, but wanted to just keep everyone motivated and moving forward, but also give Anna a shout out because she is working so diligently and staying motivated behind the scenes for that. But even though we're a small group, thank you all for joining us today. It's fun to see everyone's faces. And Tiffany, we hope you'll stay with us. And it's just neat to have different community members join us. And that's one final plug I know Anna would want us to say is keep sharing the Facebook page now, and then also just the information and the links to meetings. So if people want to hear or just get a quick, hey, what is Hope for Highlands? What are you guys even doing? Anna has emailed out that initial information page so we can make sure, Tiffany, if you haven't received that, you get that. And it just gives that brief summary of what our goal of meeting and what our hope is for our Highlands County community, and just help keep spreading the word. So thank you all for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful day. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.